This is Mathematics 1 for Week 4 using the Smile Learners Packet. Isulat mo ng pangalan bago kita magpuon. Write your name before we begin. Our topic for this week is compare two sets using less than, more than, and as many as, and order sets from least to greatest and vice versa. So this learner's packet is composed of two topics, but they are related to each other. So I will discuss it by detail so you won't get confused, and then the terms less than, more than, and as many as will be clear to you. Okay, so from the illustration, may nakalagay dito, mas dakol sako, mas dikit sako. So in English, what the term we can use for that, mas dakol, it means more than. I got more than yours. And then mas dikit, it means lesser or less than. Ano po? So what do they mean? So, we can refer to this number chart. If these numbers are familiar to you from 1 to 100, then that will not be a problem anymore. But if you still get confused on what numbers to follow, you keep practicing. Because from the numbers from 1 to 100 will help you, if you can get the pattern, then it will help you count more than 100. Ito yung mga basic na pattern. So, pattern muna, once you are familiar with 1 to 20, okay na yon. So, you can proceed with more than 20, and then if you are familiar from 1 to 100, then you can proceed for numbers more than 100. Okay, magbilang gamit ang number chart sa taas. It means we have to count using the number chart. First, decreasing order, puon sa 10 pabalik. When we say decreasing, it starts from the higher number going down. Ano po? So, I'll write an arrow so that this will be your clue when we say decreasing, pababa. Ano po? So, what does it mean? From 10 pabalik, so we have here 10. Okay. Baka hindi makita. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like countdown. Ano po? So, countdown, decreasing siya. So, it's 10 pabalik. And then, another instruction, increasing order poon sa 24 padakol. When we say increasing, it's the opposite. It starts from a lower number going up. So, beginning with 24. So, let's try 24 until we reach 10 steps, siguro. So, 24. Increasing, it means you're going to go to your right. Ano po? Papunta sa right. So, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Next row, 31, 32, 33, 34. So that is increasing from 24 onwards. Next, decreasing order poon sa 100 pabalik. So what do you mean by decreasing? It's going down. Ano po? Decrease. Okay, pag sinabing they, may kinakabit. In, and they. They means pababa, in means pataas. Ano po? So decreasing poon 100 pabalik. It means starting from 100 downwards. So let's have 10 steps or just recite the last row. So 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. So that is counting from 100 in decreasing order. Another instruction, increasing order poon 50 poon sa 50 padakol. So, increasing, it means going up. So, let's count from 50 10 steps increasing order. So, from 50, saan na next? Next row na siya. So, from 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So, that is increasing order. So, now, the terms increasing and decreasing are clear to you. Adalan ang nasa retrato. So let's look at the pictures. The pictures look the same? No. Okay, so we have garden A and garden B. We can see there birds, bees, and flowers. Okay, sa garden A sa garden B may gamgam. So means birds. So dagdagan sa vocabulary natin. Birds, gamgam in Bicol. Bees, bubuyog, and then mga burak or flowers. Gagamitan taan. So now that we're done with increasing and decreasing, let's have the next three terms. Three terms that we use in math. Nakalagay dyan, is less than, is greater than, is as many as. So, what do you mean by less than? It means the one at your left, kasi means ang palaging reference. Example, there are two objects or two sets being compared. Ang palagi dyan na, kumbaga, ang point of reference or the one that we have to look first is the one at your left. So, tandaan, ito ang palaging sinisimulan in order for us to identify which to use is less than, is greater than, or is as many as. So, what does it mean? Is less than, ibig sabihin, mas dikit, hindi dikit na nag-stick. So, sa Bicol, dikit means a few. Ano po? So, mas dikit, it means fewer or is less than. Next is mas dakol, more than or greater than. So, another term for that. And then, magkapareho is as many as or simply two sets are of equal number. So, yan ang mga gagamitin natin. But how are we going to use them in a statement? Okay, I'll make it smaller para makita. Okay, so we are going to refer to the objects dyan sa garden A and sa garden B. Okay, so ang gamgam sa garden A is less than sa gamgam sa garden B. Why? So nakalagay dyan, birds in garden A is less than the birds in garden B. Why? How many birds in garden A? There is only one. Garden A, one bird lang siya. Okay, for garden B, how many? Sorry, erase natin. Bakit na nakalagay birds? One bird. For garden B, how many? There are two birds. So, ibig sabihin, sa garden A, mas dikit or less than the birds in garden B. Next one, let's look at the flowers. For garden A, how many flowers do you see? There are 1, 2, 3. Okay, for garden A, we have 3 flowers o tulong burak. Tapos, is greater than sa burak sa garden B. How many flowers do you see in garden B? 2. Okay, so there are 2 flowers in garden B. That's why we have greater than. So, ibig sabihin, tatlo, mas mataas o mas marami kaysa sa 2. So that's why we have ang burak sa garden A, which is 3 flowers, is greater than sa burak sa garden B, which has 2 flowers. Next, the bees. Ang bubuyog sa garden A, ilan ba? Let's look at the picture again. So we have 2. For garden B, there's also 2. So, garden A has 2 bees, and then for garden B, 2 bees also. That's why we use the term as many as. Ibig sabihin, pantay. If both sets have the same number of objects or number of whatever they na bibilangin, so we use the term is as many as. So this time we have three terms: is less than, is greater than, and is as many as. Okay. So learning competency, at the end of the lesson, learners should be able to compare two sets using less than, more than, and as many as, and order sets from least to greatest and vice versa. Okay, so we are done. Ito muna yung the use of less than, more than, and as many as. Okay. Aramon ta, isurat sa linya kung is less than, is more than, or as many as. What you have to do first is count the number of animals on each set. So, pwede kayo maglagay dito, mag-scratch. Kagaya nitong example, I'll show you. Halimbawa, ikaw na mismo magsulat. So, okay lang kung may sulat yung modules other than your answer. Kasi okay na din yan. At least, you have your own way of answering them. Okay, so ito, how many? We have 1, 2. So, write it here. And then 1, 2, also 2. That's why the answer is as many as. So you have three choices here. You have to write on the block either is less than, is more than, or as many as. So first step, count the objects first, or count for each count per set, and then you identify which term to use, is less than, more than, or as many as. So if the printout has no clear yan, especially yung path, yung duck na yan, hindi makikita siguro from the printout. So you can refer to this lesson video. Sabayan nyo na. So you look at the picture at the same time, you can answer it on your module. So that this is for number 2, number 3, and number 4. Pause muna para makita, mabilang agad. And then this is for number 5. Again, pause so that you can answer until number 5. And when you're done, let's proceed with part B, intindihon ta. Okay, this time, let's make use of the symbols for less than, greater than, and as many as. Okay, let's refer to the garden again. Garden A and garden B. So, the same illustration presented to you. May sarong gamgam sa garden A, as in duwang gamgam sa garden B. Kung kaya, 1 is less than 2. So, look at the symbol. Ano ang symbol na nakalagay dyan? Okay, I'll teach you of a clue or hint so that you won't forget what is less than. I learned this from my pupil noon. Nasaan na kaya sila? Siguro nasa college na yon. But when he was my pupil in grade 2 noon, so sabi niya, teacher, ang turo po sa akin, which I'm going to share to you too, ang turo sa akin, so I won't forget the symbol for less than, ito parang L siya. Bakit parang L? Ito, di ba kapag inayos yan, it will look like this. And then, this one, less than. So, this is similar to the letter L in less than, yung symbol na yan. Medyo naka-forward, parang naka-rotate lang ng konti. So, that symbol is for less than. Na parang L, so that is the symbol for less than. And, if it doesn't look, ito naman, may tulong burak sa garden A, as in duwang burak naman sa garden B. So, 3 flowers is greater than 2 flowers. And then, if this symbol, yung isa naman, opposite, yung the other way around, if it doesn't look like L, parang kapag baliktad na L, then it is the other one around. It means greater than. So, Tandaan nyo lang, if it looks an L, then it's less than. But kapag yung baliktad siyang L, it means it's greater than. So, it means 3 is greater than 2. Ang ibig sabihin, 3 mas madami sa 2. Or 3 mas mataas kaysa sa 2. So, may duwang bubuyog sa garden A as in duwa naman ang bubuyog sa garden B. So, 2 Bs, and then on the other garden, there are also 2 Bs. So, we can have it 2 as many as 2. So, kapag pantay. So, we have now the symbols more than, less than, or as many as. In the previous pages, we have their greater than. So, same lang naman. Ano po? So, this time, we are not going to use the phrases anymore, but we have to use now the symbols. So, choose if you're going to have this one, greater than or more than. Ito naman, less than, yung mukhang L, and then the equal sign or symbol. So, what you have to do first is count the number of objects in each set. Then, you can decide which symbol to use. Teacher, pwede bang sulatan ko po dito para hindi ko makalimutan yung number? Yes, pwedeng-pwede. So, sulatan nyo lang. Huwag nang burahin. Okay lang kung may mga sulat-sulat yan. At least aware ako na ikaw nag-isip ng paraan so that you get the correct answer. And then after you count each set, then you put the correct symbol on the box in between. So that is for number 1 until number 5. Oh, sorry, number 6. If the pictures are not clear, pause nyo to, pause this page, pause this part para makita nyo. So, either you can count them on the screen na while you are viewing this, or pwede rin you just base it on your module. If ever it's clear. Hindi ko kasi, I have not checked the black and white kung nakita ito. And then, if you're done, on the next page, this is the sets for number 4, 5, and 6. Pause if you're not yet done, and resume play if you are ready for the second one. Second topic na ito. So, we are done with the terms using the greater than, less than, and as many as. Now, we proceed with ordering numbers. When we say ordering, we put them in a correct order. So, we have here C, gibuhunta. And least to greatest, iyan, pagkasunod-sunod kan mga numero poon sa dikit padakol. So, simply, this is what we've done. Ibig sabihin to, ito yung increasing. Ano po? If you remember what we did earlier, so increasing order, ibig sabihin least to greatest. Pag sinabing least, pinakamaliit, pinakamababa, and then greatest, pinakamalaki. So, this is following the increasing order. Next one, ang greatest to least, iyo ang pagkasunod-sunod kan mga numero poon sa dakol padikit. So, opposite. So, ito yung sinasabi kaninang vice versa, yung the other way around. So, this is following what we did earlier. It's following the decreasing order. Pabaliktad naman. From greatest hanggang sa least. So, parang nag-shrink. So, that is what it means. So, pasunod-sunodon ang mga numero po sa least to greatest. So, we have here given numbers 68, 41, 75, 54, 32. So, among these numbers, ano ang pinakadakol na numero, which is the highest, or which is the greatest? It's 75. Yan. So, yan. Alin yung pinakamataas? 75. While, ano man ang pinakadikit na numero, which is the least, pinakamababa, kumbaga, it's 32. If we can identify the greatest and the least, then it means, kayang-kaya mo na yan to put them in order. So, ilaag ta ang pinakadikit, as in pinakadako na numero gamit ang timeline. So, anong numero na masunod? I'll write it down. Dito tayo. Ilipat ko lang para makita nyo. So, the numbers to choose from, because we identified 32 and 35, kopyahin ko lang ano po para, so we have 68. Nasobrahan yata ang laki. Okay. I'll have 68. Sulat ko lang. Ano pa yon? What else? 41. Para when I scroll it down, we can still see the numbers. And then 54. And then 32. Okay. We have identified the list, which is 32. So, tapos na tayo. We have included 32 already. So, lagyan natin palatandaan. And also the greatest, which is 75. So, 32 will be on the leftmost. Ibig sabihin siya yung start, pinaka-konti. So, because we are going to have it in least to greatest. So, simula sa pinaka-konti, palaki ng palaki. That's why we have 32 and then 75 on the other end. So, meron na tayong duluhan. What we have to decide is what are these numbers to be included at the middle. So, meron na tayong natitirang 68, 41, 54. So, anong numero ang masunod sa 32? Bakit 41? Oh, try to count. 32. Ano ba ang mababanggit dito sa tatlo? 68, 41, o 54? Anong sunod na mababanggit? If I'm going to count up, so 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Okay. So that's why we have 41 ang sunod. What's next? So, lagyan natin palatandaan. We already have 41 in the order. So, what is left is 68 and 54. Okay, I'm going to continue counting. Ano ba ang sunod kong mababanggit? 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So, what is next is 54. So, ayan na. Meron na tayong 32, 41, 54. Okay. And what is left is 68. Bagay ba dito ang 68? So, let's continue counting. Counting it up. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So, that's why we have 68. Yan, 68 to complete the order. So, this one, 32, 41, 54, 68, 65, it's going up. So, it's increasing. It follows from least to greatest. So, yan ang ibig sabihin. So, paano naman if it's the other way around? Pabalik naman. So, from greatest to least. So, what happens? From greatest to least, what happens? The order should be the other way around. Yung pinakahuli dito, it should begin the order from greatest to least. Kasi magsisimula nga sa pinakamataas. So, 75, 68, 54, 41, 32. So, this time, 32 naman ang nasa hulihan kasi we follow the order greatest to least. So, yan ang pagkakaiba ng least to greatest and greatest to least. Okay, what we have to do here is surat ang tamang pagkasunod-sunod kang mga numero or numbers. We have to order or put them in correct order. So, number 1, pagsunod-sunod ang mga numero po sa least hanggang greatest. What does it mean? It's increasing order. So, So, lagyan ko ng arrow ha para that will serve as your clue. So, least to greatest, it means pataas. Ano po? So, choose among 32, 65, 45, 23, 50. So, alin po dyan ang unang mababanggit when you count from 1 to 100? So, that's simply what it means. Pause para mailagay ang tamang order of numbers. And then next, number 2, pag sunod-sunod doon ang mga numero po on least hanggang greatest. So, this is the opposite. It's going down, decreasing. Ano ba ang una? Pinakamataas, and then going down, pinaka-konti. So, we have the choices 56, 45, 36, 28, 57. Pause para maisulat ng tama ang mga numbers. Bawal ang baliktad. Okay. Resume, play, or play it again if you're done with number 2. Next, pag sunod-sunod doon ang mga numero po on greatest hanggang least. So, again, this follows. Ay, sorry. Mali. Mali pala to. Sorry. I-correct natin ito. I was meaning the other way around. Ay, ano yung nangyayari? Okay, so for number 2, least to greatest, pataas din. Ano po? So, piliin mo na which one is the smallest or the least number, lowest number going up. And then, for number 3, ito, yung tinutukoy ko, it means greatest to least, it's going down. Okay, you have to choose first which is the greatest. Ano yung pinakamataas? 80, 50, 40, 60, or 70. And then, on the rightmost should be the lowest number. Write it correctly in the box. Okay, nakikita nyo timeline. So, it's pataas. Ano po? Going to your right and going to your left, it's yan yung it depends on what it requires. Kung least to greatest o greatest to least. And then on the last part, ang mga nanoodad ko. Laganing check kung ano ang sa indang namaten, manungod sa indong nanooddan. So, mas maganda dito on this part, pupil ang mag-answer. If it was okay, siguro it started with something confusing, tapos naliwanagan, then you can put a check here. But if it's still confusing after at the end of the module, then put a check here. And then, suwestyon o kahapotan, halis sa magurang, this is where the parent would ask or would write his question or suggestion after answering the module. So that's it. We're done with math. And then we're done with week 4. Congratulations!